And take a look at this swarm of Africanized bees known as killer bees uncovered this summer in South Alabama in Barbour County. Alarming, but how big is the threat? Let's get you involved in the conversation. We want to know, how concerned are you about killer bees buzzing around? Scan the QR code on your screen or find this story on ABC3340.com to answer. The I-Team's Cynthia Gould talking with experts who keep tabs on the killer bee population to keep it in check.
Beekeeper Richard Praeger knows a thing or two about bees, but even he wasn't prepared for this. A close call with Africanized bees, often called killer bees. Praeger was working at an abandoned home to remove what he thought was a honeybee colony, but these were no ordinary bees. They'd taken over through a hole the size of a baseball.
As soon as I popped off the first little batten on the board and batten siding, I noticed that they were pretty attentive to what I was doing.
No swatting, no panic, just a careful retreat.
They were relentless, and I walked probably 150, almost 200 yards away. I eventually had to get my spray bottle of Dawn dish soap and start spraying around.
Oh, is that what
me.
you do, Dawn? They say Dawn works for everything. But you didn't get stung at all, right?
No, I didn't get stung. Literally hundreds of stingers in my pants.
Praeger humanely euthanized the entire colony, a necessary move to protect healthier, safer honeybee populations. Genetic testing from samples sent to the state confirmed they were Africanized bees.
We rarely find Africanized honeybees, but every now and again, we will detect them.
Brittany Allen manages the state's apiary division at the Department of Agriculture, keeping tabs on threats to the bee population.
We set swarm traps all around the Port of Mobile, the Birmingham Airport, and the Huntsville Airport.
Every couple of years, they find a feral colony. In those cases, traps are set up within a 5-mile radius to monitor for a few years. Allen says the bees usually come into Alabama on the railways. Last year, a colony found in Pell City.
We don't want anyone to be afraid. Killer bee term is not very correct. I think we need to focus more on they just attack. There's not been many kills that are noted.
Most often, she tells us, it's an animal tied up who can't get away. Africanized bees have been in the U.S. since the 1990s, detected now in 13 states.
Our beekeepers do not want Africanized honeybees. We're going to manage our colonies, for mild tempered behavior. We're going to manage them for production.
Oh, wow. At Oak Mountain State Park, we watched as David Willis, owner of Central Alabama Honey, inspected his colonies.
We feed them sugar water. It holds 1.5 gallons of feed. This little card, I've been giving them some medicine to try to kill the parasite, the varroa mite. Been trying to keep them healthy.
Most importantly, checking the queen every 10 days.
There she is, right there.
Yeah.
But everyone's so afraid of bees, and we're just standing here. They're not even bothering us.
No, these are gentle bees.
You can see how they're not defensive.
They too say incidents with Africanized bees are rare.
Because their venom's not any worse than the venom from these bees. Yeah. But if this was a weak colony and there was a feral colony of Africanized bees, they could come in and they would kill this colony and take over. I think that's where the term killer bee comes from.
It's important to remember just how critical honeybees are to the ecosystem.
Economically speaking, in our country, is about $15 to $20 billion with a bee. A significant impact. Everybody commonly hears about 1 out of every 3 spoons of food that we have all comes from pollination.
If you see aggressive bees, contact the state apiary division or a local beekeepers association for help. While the threat is small, it's one that should not be ignored.
Just remove yourself from the situation, don't disturb them, contact your local beekeeper.
Okay, so Cynthia, what should you do if you see killer bees?
Well, first, call in a pro. Do not attempt to disturb or remove a colony or swarm. No swatting around either. And again, the public and also beekeepers should report any aggressive bees to the state immediately. We have those links at ABC3340.com.
All right, thanks, Cynthia. Cynthia Gould reporting.